Joseph Parker has just signed a long-term promotional agreement with Boxer and Sky Sports. Now, at first glance, this appears to be a very strange decision by Joseph Parker because Boxer is not exactly a hotbed of heavyweight talent at this point. I mean, who have they got? Huey Fury and that Ivan Drago impersonator from the Northeast, who, no disrespect, is an absolutely terrible heavyweight. So why would Joseph Parker sign with them? What does he think they can do for him? What fights can they get for him? What? Huey Fury rematch? Nobody wants to see that. So strange from Joseph Parker. Perhaps Boxer are about to sign some other heavyweights that we don't know about. Maybe they have, I don't know, certain links to get certain fights that Joseph Parker wants to get done. And that was part of the agreed deal. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below. But as I say, at first glance, this appears to be a strange decision. Now, I have to shout out Devin from my Element group because he was kind of joking about the way, well, only semi-joking really, about the way Joe Parker probably signed with Boxer because Tyson Fury told him to do so. Like he's literally Tyson Fury's lapdog doing exactly what the Gypsy King tells him to do on command. And I don't think he's too far off, to be honest. I mean, I don't know whether Joseph Parker signed with Boxer because Tyson Fury told him to do so, but Parker is a Tyson Fury fanboy. And I don't like that. I spoke about how during the Mayweather era, there were welterweights who were fanboys of Mayweather. And not just welterweights, but Adrian Broner famously was a huge Mayweather fanboy until they fell out or whatever. But even people like Lamont Peterson and actually, was it Lamont Peterson? Maybe I'm misremembering, but certainly Devin Alexander was one of them. And these are guys who are supposed to be Mayweather's rivals, and all they ever do is fanboy about him and big him up and oh, he's so amazing and all this kind of stuff. I don't like seeing it. If you're in the same division as somebody, I don't want you getting too close. If you grew up together or something and you're pretty much like brothers, brother from another mother, okay, I can understand it. But that's not the case with Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker didn't grow up with Tyson Fury. They're not family. As far as I'm aware, they first started interacting and, well, they first met when Joseph Parker fought Tyson's cousin Huey. And that's where they struck up a friendship. I suspect, this is pure speculation on my behalf, I suspect that the friendship came about because there was allegedly some money issues surrounding the Joseph Parker-Huey Fury fight. If you remember, Mick Hennessy was waxing lyrical about how amazing it was to be streaming on YouTube. I mean, bizarre stuff for Mick Hennessy. That fight was streamed on YouTube pay-per-view. So there allegedly was some money issues surrounding that fight. And the money issues, I'm going to speculate, may have been around maybe Huey Fury not getting paid properly or something like that. And Joseph Parker, I suspect, stepped in and either agreed to give up part of his purse or from his own money helped to pay for the show. I suspect that's what happened. And I suspect that the rift between Peter Fury and John Fury and, those two factions of the Fury family, that happened over money. And it all was to do with that Joseph Parker-Huey Fury fight. So out of that fight, Tyson and John were looking at Joseph Parker like, wow, this guy is behaving more like family than Peter and Huey are. The way he's stepped in and sorted everything out in terms of money and given up his own money to smooth everything over. Like, that's what family should be doing. So from that point on, again, I'm purely speculating here. Joseph Parker became very close with Tyson and, Huey and his dad Peter went off in a different direction. And there's been this rift between these two parts of the family ever since. So, yeah, that's my that's my suspicion in terms of what happened. But regardless of all that, I don't like the fact that Joseph Parker is a Tyson Fury fanboy, because that takes a good heavyweight in Joseph Parker out of the equation when it comes to battling for supremacy in the heavyweight division. Because all Joseph Parker's going to do now is just fight Tyson Fury scraps and leftovers. That's all he seems interested in. I mean, right after Tyson Fury knocked out Dillian Whyte, Joseph Parker's like, oh yeah, I'll have the Dillian Whyte rematch. Okay, he's looking for revenge over Dillian Whyte, and Dillian Whyte looks more vulnerable than ever. But most other heavyweights will be looking to fight Tyson Fury after he knocked out Dillian Whyte. Do you know what I mean? Not Dillian Whyte. Whereas look at what Joseph Parker's doing. So I don't like all that stuff. And by the way, when it comes to Boxer potentially signing other heavyweights, maybe Dillian Whyte is one of them. If Boxer signed Dillian Whyte, then the Joseph Parker move will make a lot more sense. That's what I will say. Because again, I've been talking about, at first glance, this seems like a strange decision. But again, if they subsequently sign Dillian Whyte, then yeah, I guess you can set up the Joseph Parker Dillian Whyte rematch, which at this stage I would expect Joseph Parker to win, because Dillian Whyte looks desperately vulnerable in terms of punch resistance now. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below about Joseph Parker inking a long-term promotional agreement with Boxer and Sky Sports. In this article, it doesn't say exactly how many fights Joseph Parker's going to have with Boxer. It just says a long-term promotional agreement. See, it says here an exclusive long-term promotional agreement. But you go through the article and there's nothing about exactly how many fights it will be, or how long the period will be, or anything like that. So that's all for speculation. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below.